isn't like, I almost died, so now I'm really motivated. That's not this story. The point of this story is, in the process of hitting that deer and not crashing, I realized, and the months after that, as I started doing research, I realized how vital our mind really is. The only reason that I didn't crash is the way that my mind was operating when that incident happened. Since then, I've done boatloads of research, and I've helped a bunch of people understand how their brain is working, overcome the challenges that we all face, and freaking rocket to success. I'm so proud and so thankful for all my clients that are just killing it and crushing it. So literally what I personally do is I take people that have a technical background, like Martin, like an engineer, like a project manager, like a IT business owner, and I help them understand how their brain is stopping them, get that guy out of the way, and then through high performance coaching, just rocket them to success. So that's what I do. If you're interested in that, reach out. I'm not going to tell you sign up here. There's no flashy buy now button or anything like that to where you can sign up. I will tell you this: if you go find my website, my website, enthusiasticclay.com, there's an opt-in there for 3 habits. You simply have to build those 3 habits, period. There's just no argument. There's no debate. Those 3 habits are vital or necessary. All right. So that's enough about me. Martin, you want to tell these guys who you are, how long you've been doing what you've been doing, and all that stuff?
Well, to put it shortly, a very long time. Back in school, I think I was 12 or 13. We just, not really get excited for school. Maybe build websites at home instead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been doing this for like 15 years, probably for now. And of course, I started out making free websites. Then I went into school, which I thought was going to make me a super pro, which ended up not being the case because they had this basic stuff, little bit of everything, but I already knew a little bit of everything. So I got hired to a pretty high-end company making websites now. Then I realized I'm not really the employee type. So I ended up like a year after, I started freelancing. And I already did freelancing before that, but then it was more like seriously. That was like 10 years ago, and I've been doing 10 years, all kinds of startups. Basically come up with an idea, build it, and not really share it with anybody. So this what I'm sharing today is actually one of the first things other people are seeing. So I'm really excited for that. Usually I would build it up like 80% and then pick another one, then pick another one. Even if I would finish it, let's pick another shiny object to build and not really show it to anybody else. So I'm really excited for today's webinar. Yeah, so in total, I've done like 60 of these projects for now.
Wow.
So
I'm
this
really
is going to be the one that I think is going to be awesome.
There's no question about it. Martin and I have known each other for a couple of years, and the process that he goes through to build a business now and to get stuff out there to deliver is a proven one. And anyway, so the point is, what we're doing today and what we're talking about today is how you can build a lead generation system for you, right? So Martin, how like I know that what you're building, hang on one second, where'd it go? Action challenges, right? The action challenges. I was like, what is it called? I can't remember the name of it. Action chat, because I recently introduced
a couple of weeks ago, it didn't even have a name yet. So.
Yeah, I recently introduced Martin to someone else, and they're doing another little project called something else with the word action in it, and I'm excited about that too. But the bottom line is, how do we get qualified leads to know, like, and trust us, right? Martin, share let's dive in. What is step one? Let's go there.
Well, I'll start at step zero. Just a little background where I eventually ended up with this process was I used to read a lot of books, and I think a person that I know also reads a lot of books, and he read like 300 books last year, and I was the same guy, and I would used to read them, take another one, and not really apply any of it, so nothing would change for me. And then I started talking with coaches like you, a couple of book authors, and they're saying the same thing, that nobody takes action. And and also there was one coach that sold, I think the course cost like $1,500, and only one person reached the end. It's like, what? And there was like 6 or 7 videos only, not even that long videos, and one person reached to the end, like $1,500. What? So then
So 10 people invest $1,500, and only one out of those 10 roughly reach the end of the training. Never mind.
We're not even talking about applying stuff here. We're actually doing the things, because I'll be honest, I didn't do anything really specific from that knowledge either, So I thought that maybe I could somehow change that. And I had an idea that we discussed last year. Then we went off with a little different idea. And then sometime this summer, I started thinking that maybe I can actually do this now. So I talked to like 10, 15 coaches. And usually it's like, yeah, you know what, we don't really need it. Yeah, or build it and then I'll see. But this time it's like, wow, I want to recommend this to everybody else without me even asking for it. And so I just, built it. And now it's pretty much 95% done. And,
wow.
Yeah. So I'm launching the first, campaign next week, if I can get the small parts of content right. So now we're to step one, is that what is it, right? Now, I was part of some like 5-day challenges on Facebook, and there was one on email. And the thing with email is that people get like 500 emails every day. I'm not sure how many of you like actually read any of these, but I read like 1 or 2 per week. Usually it's the one from you. So
I'm glad it's the one from me. But you're right. Email has become this. I get flooded. I get overwhelmed with it. Yeah.
And even if there was some guy that sent me, okay, this is now day 3. And I was like, what? Where's day 1 and 2? I totally missed that. And that was another coach that I actually do follow pretty, consistently. And I totally missed these emails. I'm like, what? So I thought that maybe creating a place for it was like, there's one place, there's only one thing, there's a specific structure to it, and you can't like hack it somehow, like you're actually not taking action and then it seems like you're done with it. So for example, when I was I missed day 3, and then I fell off the wagon totally, because I was waiting for day 4 and 5 to finish, and then okay, now I'm going to do it properly now,
Yep.
So
let's go back a step real quick. The purpose of this,
okay,
why, the reason coaches do this, the reason I do this, the reason that you're here watching this video right now is because I'm providing you value, right? So this action that Martin's talking about is to do, the goal of it is several-fold. One, I want to add value. I want to add value to your life immediately as a potential client. 2, I want to impact you. I want you to take action.
So does that mean results?
I want you to take action and see a result. Exactly. That's exactly where I was going. If you are able to see those results, that builds trust. You now know that I'm not some nut job that, even though I might be talking about the woo-woo, or I might be talking about physics and atoms, right? Who knows what I'm talking about at any given point? But the point is, regardless of what I might be talking about or saying to you, instead of it being this intangible, it would be a really good idea if we meditate. Or it would be a really good idea if you do this. Actually applying it and getting it applied, getting it happening in your life is the goal. And so that's the whole thing. If you can attract when, let me rephrase that. When you attract the right client, the right action, message, that's how you hone down and figure out how to get everybody. You don't want everybody on Facebook. You don't want everybody on Twitter. You want your audience to find you. Right? So Martin, go ahead. Yeah.
So I think the way to accomplish that, to get people to take action, I talked to one coach, I'm not sure if she's on today, but she told me she's doing these discovery calls, right? Which is basically a sales call. I mean, no matter how much you sugarcoat this, it's a sales call. And people are not stupid, they know that. So even if she was giving them specific actions, in the end, they're not going to do it. So she totally just stopped, which, if you do it right, it can work. And the way I think it can work is, let's say you do, okay, you're a habits guy, right? What if you do a 5-day habit challenge, So let's say you can sign up, whatever you see it on Facebook or someone else shares it, you sign up and you get the first video. It's going to be 5 minutes. It's not going to be 5 hours long. And it will have, once they're finished, 1 or 2 action steps. Like if the habit number 1 is meditation, download a meditation app. Or step 2, actually meditate. Now, and what you can do there is ask them for some kind of feedback, so you actually know that they did it. I mean, if you're doing something else, like for example, run 500 meters or yards, whatever you have, you could post your workout log from some kind of app that you use to track your workouts. So you're not checking things off, you're actually proving to the coach that you've done it. Now, if there's something like a meditation where you can't actually, record yourself sitting, you can write a couple lines of feedback that, yeah, maybe this was easy, maybe it was hard, write some kind of feedback. And you can have like, okay, 2 sentences is required. And if you don't do that, the next day is not going to open for you. So if you complete all the...
So let me jump in right there real quick. So to try and clarify this and get this down to what we're doing here today for coaches. What I just heard, I want to just summarize what you just said and repeat it back, make sure I get you. And I agree with you, by the way. If I try to, every effort that I've ever made for, hey, get on a discovery call with me, hey, let me help you, everybody knows that ultimately it's going to be a sales call. And this brings me back to what I was saying earlier about me personally. I don't like tricking people into paying me. I don't like taking people on this emotional roller coaster and then punching them right at the right time when they're like heartbroken and they know they need me. They know that they need
even though it may work, but
Oh no, it works well. It works really well. Like there's a whole lot of people on the internet doing that. And you may, as you're watching this, that may work for you. You may be okay with that. And it may be awesome for you. And that's great. That's not what we're talking about here. I want my clients to feel, to see the amazing results that they get. And then decide to compensate me or to go with me or to continue working with me. And that's what we're doing here. So the idea is, let me help you, me as a potential coach. I want to help you. I want to help you learn how to run a marathon. Let's use that, Martin, as a consistent example. If you're going to run a marathon, you've got to start somewhere, right? Step one, find the right group. Step two, find the route. Step three, start running, right? Or actually, step one should probably be start running. And then what Martin
maybe put on your workout shoes instead.
Yeah. So what Martin's talking about doing is building a system where instead of the goal of the system being get on a discovery call or click this button, it's, hey, build this habit. Hey, learn this subject. Get this result. So Martin, so where are we at? We're now at the point where the potential lead.
Okay, let's say you've completed all your required to-do items for day number 1, right? You can also set like, yeah, this is not required. You don't have to do that, but required items, they have to be done. So the reason you would even come back tomorrow is that you see some kind of result. The end goal actually is a discovery call, sort of, but it's one that you have much more information than the person already knows you. And when he completes day number 5 or 7 or 300, he'll get the free call as a reward. So, you can see what he put in as his feedback or proof. And then you can see, okay, was meditation hard for this guy? Was running some length of the road hard? Or was it easy? So then you know exactly what he needs already. It's not really a discovery call. It's more like you can discuss what went on during the week, and then see what does he even need something to buy. But then you already know what's that thing that he might need.
So another technique or another path that a potential client might take is the questionnaire. And those of you that are familiar with the system that I use and Bouchard's high performance coaching, the questionnaire, the enrollment questionnaire is magic. It really is. It's beautiful. Here's the trick. Getting someone to actually fill out that questionnaire. It takes a good 20, 30 to 60 minutes to fill out that questionnaire. So before anyone gets on the discovery call, before anyone will put the effort into actually filling out the questionnaire, they have to be motivated. How do you motivate them? One, there's social proof. One way that's worked for me is when people...
Testimonials, right?
Sorry?
You're talking about testimonials?
Testimonials, social proof. So when I help someone, I typically will then ask them, hey, can you go tell me about it? Can you go tell your friends about it? Can you go make a post on Facebook? Can you go let me know how I helped you? Let me know what happened so that I can make myself better. And when they do that, somebody else will see that post and reach out to me possibly. But that person that reaches out to me, they're hurting and they want significant change. They know that they're not in a good place. So that's a very small percentage of the population. The majority of the population knows, like Brendan's always saying, they want more. They want change. They're not happy with what they're seeing. They're not happy in the situation. So they want something different. And they're looking for something different. This method that we're talking about today of providing somebody steps, providing somebody impact before you even ask for anything, that establishes they first off, they may not know you at all, but once they know you, they get to know you better by your language you use, the way that I communicate to people and tell them how to meditate, the way that I communicate to people and tell them how to journal, the methods of the way, the techniques, the words, the attitude, all that stuff is important for everybody, right? There's somebody out there for everybody. And if it doesn't jive, it doesn't jive. So you got to get them to know you. The next thing is they have to like you. So in other words, that's kind of what I was saying with the attitude and the words and all that stuff, like you. But here's the important piece, right, Martin? They got to know, like, trust.
Yeah. Well, the way this works with this is that you provide them with a framework to come back every day. They have a reason to come back because at the end they're going to get this free help from you, and it doesn't have to be 100% sales call. first half is you helping them. And that's why they come back. And Salesforce, which is a software company, it's huge, billion-dollar company. They study how people buy online. And what they found out, it takes 6 to 8 contacts with the person to even become a viable sales lead. Not a buyer, but even a lead, So it takes many points of contact, or touches as they call it. So this is a system that will automatically, when they come back every day, it will build that trust. And you tend to like the people that you see all the time. Another point why this is important is,
or Martin, they'll stop coming. If they don't like you, they stop coming, and that's awesome, right? Because that way you don't deal with people you don't like.
You don't focus on them that
Go
much.
ahead, Martin.
The people that get to the end are already going to be really qualified people that probably are interested, otherwise they would not come back. But even if they're not that interested in the beginning, come back, if you didn't complete day 2, for example, you send them an email, hey, you didn't complete that, come back and do it. Well, you can turn that off, of course, but some people need a little push. And then when they become that person that knows you, is much more ready to buy. And also another point, what I don't think I said, is if you give a person half an hour to watch a video, he might actually have a legitimate, time problem. You don't have 30 minutes every day. But if you slice that up into like 5 minutes, there's no way you can say seriously that, I don't have 5 minutes,
But and here's the other thing, Martin, for me, what I found working with people, if somebody comes at me and says, I don't have 5 minutes, I can't find the time to do this, I typically don't want to work with them. They're overwhelmed. They're too in their own stuff to actually be able to take steps that are going to result in the change that we as coaches love to see in our clients, right? Let me interrupt real quick. I want to throw this out one more time. The Q&A link, please go down and click on that Q&A link. Let me know you're hearing me. Let me know you see me. And be ready to ask for questions. Martin, I'd like to try and ease into, because we need to get off of here in about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. How do we build this system? You've shared that you're going to, so I think everybody sees it. The goal is to get people to know, like, and trust you. How do you do that? By impacting them, by changing their life, by giving them value, by helping them establish habits, by helping them make changes, let's say to stop smoking or whatever. And then you get on the call and you provide them some awesome value. And if everything's right, if they're the right people, if they are in the process there, you design in the way to get rid of people, the way to get rid of the people that can't afford you, the way to get rid of, to help them, but not continue down the path. That's that whole, they don't like you and they're going to not come back. Well, that's awesome. If they don't come back, that means they're not the right client for you. All right. So
if you're doing these intro calls, you can only do so many every day. Everybody has 24 hours every day. So, well, if we would talk about action steps right now, what can you as a coach do? I think the first step is to figure out what's your main thing. I think you can start with 3 or more, and then pick out that one specific thing you can actually help people with. For you, I think it's habits, or is it something else? Okay, so
I'm sorry, I'm mute so that you can hear. Definitely, it's the 3 basic habits. It's implementing those 3 basic habits, no question.
Okay, so right, so I think your homework is now to pick like 5. You can pick 5. I think 5 is a good number. 3 might be too little, 7 might be too much, and 5 is a good number.
Well, as far as like 5 habits or 5 steps, because my
I think you can do both. I think you should start with like 3 habits, like day 1, habit 1, day day 2, habit 2, and so on. And then days 4 and 5 could be something that helps you make sure you do the habits, you know. Maybe it's installing some kind of app.
So there's discussion about the habit, there's resources for the habit, and there's applying the habit. So there's 3 steps per habit, if you would, for me.
Okay. So I think you can go through these steps for each habit in one video, and then you can have the action steps below to take some kind of action to begin establishing that habit. And one of them is to try out meditation for 10 minutes. And you know better what people should be doing. So you give them something to do, which doesn't take them half a day, maybe 5-10 minutes. So they don't have that excuse, yeah, I don't have time, or I don't want to make time for this. And you do that 5 times. I think that's good enough to get them to be interested enough in what else do you have, right? So then they're ready for the high performance, the stuff that you teach on the high end, you know.
So here's a question. We want to talk about this real quick. We want to make sure we cover this. I know, so this is Martin is building a website, and it has built 95% done, an amazing resource, a platform to where we can deliver exactly what we're talking about with very little effort on our part. In other words, we don't have to go out and juggle a bunch of things. But before we talk about your platform, let's go back. What do I need to use online? What would you recommend that I go and use online to do this for free at no expense to me?
Okay, so let's assume you don't know how to build websites. You know, if you know that, it's going to be easy. Well, the first thing you need is, okay, do you have a place to organize this stuff? That could be WordPress if you're some kind of level of tech skills. But I think if you're just starting out, you have email and you have Facebook groups. You might want to use Slack also, which is a chat app, but then it only works if you start with a specific date. Like with what I'm building, you can start on any day. Basically, put up the Facebook ads. You know, they come in, click, and start whatever that day is. But I think with email, it's easier to set up these scheduled emails, like day 1, day 2, all that stuff. So, but there's a problem that you can't really make sure that they actually took action on it. I mean, you can see if they opened your email.
So many, it depends on what level of access you've purchased. So basically what I'm hearing is somewhere, and another, I want to throw out some names. So we've talked about WordPress, obviously a WordPress website. You've got your email service provider. There's Facebook groups, there's Slack.
And I think MailChimp and SendGrid are the ones that are free to start. And there could be others.
So there's MailChimp, there's SendGrid, there's Drip, so now I'm kind of backing up here and I'm throwing a whole bunch of words at you, but what Martin said was organizing this process. So you've got to establish this process, then you've got to organize it and deliver it. You've got to find the way to deliver it. Facebook groups, Slack, Kajabi is a course hosting service. Lead Pages, you can use Lead Pages and Drip and all.
Can you also use Lead Pages to deliver the content? I think
tons.
Not only to sign up people.
There's a lot of ways. My point is, you don't have to purchase anything right now other than what you already have, probably, in order to implement this strategy. This strategy is freaking gold. When you start targeting the right audience and bringing them into your content and your impact I'm going to use that word again, the way that you impact people, it's magic. Because when people feel that change and feel an impact, then they take the steps. Then they keep going, and they need you. They want you in their life to help them. All right. So, Martin, so far we've got organize your stuff, break your break your break it up into some steps that you can provide for free, and that might be
It
delivered
should
via.
be some kind of theme. One thing is better. It's easier to advertise. It's like one thing. It's like, okay, 5-day habit challenge or 7-day self discipline challenge, something like that, or a mini course or whatever you call it. So when you're advertising now, you're posting it on Facebook. You're not posting just get on the discovery call with me. They're like, yeah, what is it about? But if you're seeing 5-day habit challenge, I mean, you look at it and you probably have a good idea what it is.
Exactly. So very, very specific result, little bit of time. That's what I mean when we say, or when I say organize, Martin said the word organize your stuff. Break it down to one impact that you're trying to do, one way, one person or one group of people that you want to attract, provide that value to them. So how do you provide that value to them? You use systems that you already have. Martin is providing a system, and I don't know how much we're going to talk about that. We're running out of time. But the point is to deliver that system as fluidly and easily to impact those people. Right, Martin?
So is there anything else? I think the final part is to have some kind of reward in the end. So, you have, how do you get people to do stuff? It's, carrot and the stick. Well, the stick is if you don't follow through, you don't get the reward at the end. If you do, yeah, you get the, the consultation call. And then it's actually a consultation call. It's not going to be a full sales call, because you know what you're talking about already, and he knows some about you. So for him, it's also more valuable. And it doesn't have to be a call. I mean, this could be anything that you can give away. Maybe if you're right now giving away a free ebook or PDF, why not just give it as the end reward, And then if he wants to, yeah. Or you have some coupons for 50% off for your advanced classes, or whatever you have. So it doesn't have to be that you actually get on Skype and do the call. But I think it's a good way to get a conversation going with your client, and sign him up for something that he actually needs, and you can help him with.
I really like the idea you just shared. The so interesting. Like, you got my head spinning now. I've got a couple ideas on how to apply what you just said specifically.
Well, basically, if you're doing this over email, you can ask them to just reply to the email. I mean, if that's what you have to do, or you don't have any technical tools to do it in one way, just reply to this email.
And then you can actually automate the replies. It's possible to do that with many of the systems. Not the free systems in the beginning, probably, but you can definitely automate it in the end. And so here's the gist. Let's take a step back and summarize this as big as we can. The goal of this is to generate leads that are valuable, that are qualified, that are eager to work with you. There's a lot of people out there, and that's why we call it the funnel. Not everybody that falls into your funnel is going to be qualified to work with you. Not everybody's going to want to work with you. You're not going to want to.
You don't even want that.
I don't. Yeah. Martin, one of the things that I've done over the last couple of years is I've led masterminds and groups of other coaches. And one consistent thread that happens at least once a month is someone will come on these masterminds and they will talk about this one client that they don't like working with. So even though you want more clients, even though you want more income, more revenue, be careful. You don't want to work with everybody, I assure you. So what is this lead generation system that we're talking about here? One, the Action Challenge website. Martin, actually, you know what,
I
guys?
can actually do a screen share or post it here. I mean, do you want me to do a screen share?
Sure, do that real quick. Yeah. So one method is Martin has built this system that does this for you, and he is offering it to people. There's no sale price, there's no discount like that. The only way that you can actually, again, this you are in the middle of one of these funnels. You are literally watching this, and I only want to work with people that like me, that know me, and that trust me. So let's see. He just posted up
Now I posted the wrong link.
the wrong link.
I was thinking that something might go wrong, and here it is.
Watch what you think, because it
Yeah.
happens. So you build this system.
Okay,
Now,
now this is.
there you go. Action
No,
challenger.
it's not. No, no,
Is that the right one?
no.
No.
Okay, I did something that now it doesn't work. I'm gonna fix it in like 2 minutes.
No worries. You go fix that. I'm gonna let you guys know what the system is,
Okay.
what we were doing. Hit the mute button so that your typing doesn't keep pulling the camera to you. So the system is simple. Instead of just trying to ask your clients to get on a call, instead of just broadcasting what you do, give value, provide value to your potential clients, to the people that you want to impact. The way that you do that, the way that, for example, in my world, I help people establish 3 habits. There's a reason that they establish those 3 habits. Then I bring them into a funnel where I help them overcome their challenges to building those habits. Then I apply high performance practices to their life. And long story short, people that I work with, business owners, coaches, project managers, engineers, these people know that they're not operating at their best and they want to operate at a higher level. And I help them do that. So before somebody just randomly jumps in and says, ooh, help me, they have to know, like, and trust me. They have to know me enough to like me, and then they have to like me enough to understand that they are going to get the output that we're talking about them getting, the results. The system is pretty straightforward. Take your magic thing. For example, mine is the 3 habits. Yours might be help somebody lose 20 pounds or 5 pounds, or eat a healthy diet, or stop smoking, or overcome depression. I don't know what your magic is. If you want to talk about this, here it comes. If you want to talk about this, reach out to me. I help coaches build their business bigger, faster, easier. All right, so once you figure out what your one thing is that you're going to help people with, then you break it into a few steps and you deliver it to people. That's simple. Sign up to learn how to implement these 3 habits in your life. 3 habits, 3 habits, 3 habits. Then, like Martin has shared with us, it takes at least, I think the magic number was 6. It takes at least 6 touches and 6 interactions before a potential client even becomes a potential lead. So by separating your gift, your message out into several steps, you're able to deliver that. And the trick is you want to not only deliver it, but you want to make some kind of feedback loop so that you know these people are actually taking the steps. If they're not taking the steps, guess what? They're not in your funnel. They're not your audience. They don't like you. They don't trust you. You don't want to work with them anyway. So you build this feedback loop to make sure that they're taking these steps. And at the end, you reward them. You give them, not only have they changed their habits, not only have they, lost 5 pounds or stopped eating candy at night or whatever the first steps are in your process, they're now excited to talk to you because you are an expert. You are someone that has impacted their life. You're somebody that's helped them move forward and grow. So they're not going on to what we keep calling a sales call or what is enrollment call, like Brandon Bouchard systems an enrollment call. They're coming on to a call with you because they want to hear what you've got to say about their particular situation, because they believe that you can impact them. For example, I'll say this flat out straight to you. If you're trying to build a coaching business, odds are I can help you build it faster, easier, and smoother. Let's talk. There it is. Hopefully you've seen enough of my stuff. Hopefully you've seen enough from me and about me that you believe that. And if you like me, if you think you can work with me, then you're going to reach out. And if you're not, that's cool. I don't want to work with people that don't like me. Simple as that. So again, Martin has systematized this system. He's gotten it to a point where...
and now I can actually show you
he's gotten it to
what
a point
it looks like.
Awesome.
Yeah. I already posted.
Say again?
I'm also going to do a screen share and post it here.
Do a screen share. Don't worry about the post yet. There should be a link down below. Maybe not.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see that link or not, but basically actionchallenges.com/coaches.
Yeah.
That's where you can go.
So this will take you to
Martin, go ahead.
To a landing page. Basically, this can be any landing page that you use. This can even, if I work on it a little more, it can work with lead pages as well. So you can have any copy here, whatever your reasons to sign people up for, what the benefits are that they get. And here's like what they actually get, like action steps, And there's the sign up box that you can put on any web page, and it doesn't have to look like this. It can just be this box here. Now, if
so
I
Martin,
put email here.
Hang on 1 second. Leave it right there. Wait, go back. Don't put the email in. Guys, we're going to have to end this pretty quick because I've got calls coming up. But wait, where are you at? Go back down to the in 5 days you will create.
Okay, this one.
So right there it is, guys. I'm going to let you read that. I'm going to be quiet for just a second. I'm going to read it, but there it is. That's the same call to action that you want to be using to help your clients. In 3 days, in 5 days, in just 1 week, you're going to do this. You're going to get this result, and then you help them get that result. So let's see what Martin's telling us he's going to do at this particular website with his system generation, his lead generation system.
Okay, so you can post this everywhere that you want, like Facebook, your Facebook groups that you're part of. Maybe you have an email list. You can post a link to a web page like this, and once they sign up, they basically get this page, which is it can't be any simpler. This is bouncing here. Means click here, and I'm also making an arrow here that says click here because I know at least one person that didn't know to click on this. So that's the thing. So you have this video here. Actually, let's go back, and you can see that these are locked, and this is some kind of reward in the end. That's why you work towards it. Now every day you get an email with a link to this address to come back, or if you soon I'm going to make it into an app system that you can actually have an app on the App Store and send, the push notifications that pop up on your phone that, day 2 is now ready. So once you click play, you unlock these action steps here. At first, why would you even care? I mean, if it's something that you don't know about, then, it's not any point to confuse people. So you get these action steps after you have watched the video. And I just have a placeholder video here that I'm just going to skip forward here. So once it ends, you get these action steps. And here you see one is required, the other is optional. Now, if I downloaded this app, it's not going to ask for any proof, because I set it to not ask for proof because, maybe it doesn't make sense to ask for the proof. So you get this, awesome, day 1 completed. Now, it says you don't have to complete the optionals, but in your case, you probably want to set meditate 10 minutes not optional. So with this, I've actually asked it to ask for some kind of proof, like a couple lines. Now, I'm not going to write a lot of stuff here. I'm just going to do this. And it would show the progress bar up top, like how much of it is required. So once it turns green, you click confirm, and you're done. I mean, you were actually done before because this last one was optional, but you know, you can go back and here's your day number 2, and you can come back when the next one opens. But for once, we're gonna let you skip that 9 hours of wait. And the way this is gonna work is I can ask you to share this progress image, like it says day 1 complete, on Facebook. Now I've already connected my Facebook, so I can just click unlock now and it will pop up this sharing window. I'm just gonna set it to only me.
Dude, how awesome is that? Everybody's seeing this. So not only, so Martin's, so there's all these pieces. There's all these pieces that have to be put in place in order to build these systems. The system that we're talking about is not new. This is not revolutionary, crazy ideas. This is the proven system that everybody has been using for years. But the part that is awesome, look at how Martin's freaking done what he's done. He's got Facebook. He's got everything connected. It's ready to go. I love that, Martin. Dude, that's insane. All right, so unfortunately, guys, I have to get off of here. Martin, show us what's the next step, or have you got something? So once
I'm gonna post the link in the comments that will basically, hey, if you want to use it, here's how you can get in touch with me, because you can't really buy it. You know, there's no buy button for it. So I'm just going to show one little more thing, which is when you have completed all of it. So you'll get this. So for example, if you have the call, you know, you can pick your date and time and register for a call here, and then just click confirm. Or if it's some kind of technical solution where I can automate it for you, so it already knows that you've done it, so you don't have to actually click it. And it's not letting me do that because it knows I haven't completed all the steps. It's just a test window here. So that's the thing. How you can get in contact. You can just send an email to martin@actionchallenges.com, or I'm going to put up another page here. This is called, what's it called? So here you have, it's basically the same page where some of you are on right now. And here I have this, you know, the timer runs out and it redirects everything. So I'm gonna send you a different link where you can just directly sign up for a call with me, and you know, we can discuss, you know, if you did, you know, some of the exercises here. Yeah, you see yourself. Wait a minute.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Am I backing up?
That's all good.
So if you go to this link, it's a scheduling link. Basically, you can sign up for a call. And the way it works is you set your time zone, and it will automatically convert to the times that I have set up to be available. So yeah.
Awesome. So I gotta run, guys. I got another meeting coming in 5 minutes. First off, Martin, thank you. Your system is freaking solid. It's beautiful. Everything that you've ever done and everything I've ever seen from you is that, like, gorgeous. I'll put it that way. You know what I'm saying? It's that user-friendly. User interface is everything. So again, you want help. If you want, you can build this system using anything and everything that you've got already, probably. Martin has built an amazing thing, and I'm excited. As you can see, I'm one of the first people getting to use it, and it's like I said, proven. There's not a question whether this works or not. The question is, are you targeting the right people? So anyway, I've got to run. If you need help with your business, I run masterminds, and I establish masterminds of coaches. I have at least 2 different masterminds right now that are dedicated to coaches building coaching businesses. So if you're interested in that, reach out. Again, it's a no sales webinar, no prices, no buy now buttons, anything like that. There is links on this website. This website that you're watching right now will not go away for at least 7 days. It may go away in 7 days. At least 7 days it'll be up, and you'll be able to access this website and click the links and get in touch with Martin or me. I highly recommend you get in touch with Martin. He's a freaking pro. He knows his stuff.
And I didn't get to share like the best parts of it even, you know, like the back end part where you actually see what people have done, how far are they, what did they put in as proof for the feedback, you know. It's pretty advanced stuff, but you can set it up with just a few lines of code, you know. You don't have to write the matrix or rewrite the matrix, you know.
I love that. Martin's got the matrix. Martin takes care of you. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off. Martin, it's been awesome. It's great catching up. It's great seeing you again. I'm sure I'll see you soon, brother. Thank you again for everything you've done. And love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop this broadcast. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to ask. Live enthusiastically, everybody.